morning, Cindy Thompson. I am Taylor Wimburn, and I'll be conducting your interview. I will start by asking you a few questions and then give you the opportunity to ask any questions you may have at the end, okay? To begin, please take 1 to 2 minutes to tell us a little about yourself.
I'm married and I have 2 teenage daughters. I work really hard during the week, and on the weekends we love to go camping together as a family. I'm also very, very passionate about adopting animals. We currently have 4 dogs that are all through adoption. We also foster dogs just to keep them from spending too much time in the shelter and just to keep them and give them a home so that they're not homeless.
We have many well-qualified applicants for this position. Why should we choose you?
I think because I work really hard. I never turn down a request made of me. I am very loyal, honest. I also am pretty good with technology and anything that's thrown my way. Normally I can figure it out. I'm a quick learner.
What has been the most stressful situation you have experienced on the job, and what was the outcome of that situation?
I am currently a computer lab educator, and I had a student who had a seizure in my classroom, and it was a class of about 31 children, so it was a very stressful situation trying to help the child who was in the seizure and try to get the 31 other students out of the classroom. The outcome turned out really well. I was able to get the nurse and administration. We were able to call for an ambulance. And it really helped the other kids. I was able to kind of do a little lesson about it and help them understand more about what was actually going on so that they weren't scared.
Okay. What do you think are your biggest strengths and weaknesses?
I think my biggest strengths are I do work well with other people. I'm very hardworking again. I have that motto that if you're on time, you're late. So I'm always early for everything. My family tends to make fun of me because of it. I learn really quickly. I think my weaknesses are I can be very quiet sometimes, very serious. But I also think that helps me because I'm able to focus more on the task at hand, on what I need to do.
Okay. Do you work well with others?
I think so. In the current job I hold, we definitely have to work as a team. We have meetings once a week, team meetings, where we discuss the children, discuss things that we need to improve on, and it's so great to work well with others because you get so many different suggestions and ideas on topics and things that you may not have thought about, ways to improve, that kind of thing.
Okay. This is the question that our professor sent us. If you could have dinner with anyone from history, who would you choose?
I would choose Eleanor Roosevelt. She's always kind of been a role model to me. She was married to Franklin D. Roosevelt. She was a very strong woman. Her husband was not always the best kind of husband to have. She did so many things for women's rights, for children's rights. She was such an activist, and she was able to accomplish so much in a time where women weren't really in leadership roles yet.
Thank you. Thank you, Cindy. This completes our interview today. Again, We thank you for your interest in this position and for taking the time to meet with us today. We will contact you once we complete our interview process and reach a decision by the end of the week. Do you have any questions?
No, that's all.
Okay, we will be in touch. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye. Good morning, Taylor. I am Cindy Thompson, and I will be conducting your interview today. I will start by asking you a few questions and give you the opportunity to ask any questions you may have at the end, okay?
Okay.
To begin, please take 1 to 2 minutes to tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am currently married. During the week, I spend most of my time at my job, and when I get home in the evenings, most of my time goes to my school, where I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree. On the weekends, I have many hobbies. I love to garden, which I share that love with my husband, and I also like to work in my flower beds. And my most two favorite things is that I'm a dog mom to a Dalmatian and a Shih Tzu.
We have many well-qualified applicants for this position. Why should we choose you?
I am honest and hardworking, and I think I would bring very great things to your company.
What has been the most stressful situation you have experienced on the job, and what was the outcome of that situation?
My most stressful situation is when I first started my job as a bank teller. I went to balance my drawer in the evening and I was off $800. It was a very stressful situation, but thankfully, because I double checked myself every hour by doing a teller proof, I was able to pinpoint my mistake within an hour time range and I was able to get it fixed very swiftly.
Great. What do you think are your biggest strengths and weaknesses?
My biggest strengths is that I'm very hardworking and I love to help others, and I'm very passionate about what I do, so I put a lot of my pride into it. My weaknesses is that I'm very self-conscious of myself sometimes, and I double check my work a lot, which in the long run does help me to be able to pinpoint if I had any mistakes.
Okay, this is the question that was randomly assigned for us. If you could be a breakfast cereal, what kind would you be and why?
If I was a cereal, I guess I would have to be a Fruit Loop. For number one, that is my favorite cereal, and I guess my reasoning would be because they're very colorful and cheerful, just like my personality.
Great. Do you consider yourself to be a self-motivated person?
Yes, I'm a very self-motivated person. If I see that something needs to be done, I always just start without being told. And I always love to start projects, and I'm always very eager to get them completed as fast as possible because I love to do so many things. So I'm always want to start something and complete it so I can move on to my next project.
Thank you, Taylor. This completes our interview today. Again, we thank you for your interest in this position and for taking the time to meet with us today. We will contact you once we complete our interview process and reach a decision by the end of next week. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, we'll be in touch. Goodbye.
Goodbye.